Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jeff Guyton, President and Chief Executive Officer of Mazda Motor Europe.
Hey, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to Frankfurt and welcome to Mazda. I'm really pleased that you could join us here today. And I'm also quite pleased that 3 of 10 of Mazda's management board members have traveled to be with us from Japan today, as well as 2 other special guests from Mazda Corporation. Let me introduce these gentlemen briefly. First of all, Mr. Takashi Yamanouchi, our chairman of the board. Mr. Yuji Harada, director and senior managing executive officer. Mr. Yuji Nakamine, also director and senior managing executive officer. And 2 gentlemen vital in developing the new Mazda 3, the program manager Kenichiro Sarabatari and chief designer Koji Tabata. Welcome to all of these gentlemen. Now, as you know, the highlight of our exhibit today is our latest new model. That's the new Mazda 3. But first, I want to take a brief look at the current situation in the market. So far in 2013, the European auto industry has recorded its lowest sales in 20 years. And at the same time, Mazda's sales and market share have grown. In fact, compared to last year, we've increased sales by nearly 10%, even while the European market as a whole has contracted. Now, our success has been driven by the first 2 new products developed with Skyactiv technology and Kodo design, namely the CX-5, which we debuted here in Frankfurt 2 years ago, and the Mazda 6, launched a year ago in Paris. These 2 new vehicles have won numerous comparison tests and more than 60 significant automotive awards around the world. And as a result, we've had to expand our CX-5 capacity twice since we introduced the vehicle. And 2 weeks ago, we announced plans to increase Skyactiv engine capacity by 25% to 1 million units. In fact, we expect that by 2016, around 80% of Mazda's vehicles globally will be equipped with Skyactiv technology. And while I'm on the subject of manufacturing, our all-new factory in Salamanca, Mexico will be up and running by the end of our fiscal year. Now, you might remember that Skyactiv technology is the embodiment of Mazda's promise to reduce the CO2 emissions of our entire global fleet of vehicles by 25% by 2015. And I think you will also remember that our approach is a little bit different than our competitors, both in technology, where we favor perfected combustion rather than downsizing, and also how our technology is deployed. We are offering class-leading performance to all of our customers, not just a select few who are willing to pay a premium for hybrid or electric powertrains. And when I say benefiting all of our customers, I mean all of our customers. Like Speed Source Race Engineering, which purchased the Skyactiv clean diesel racing engine. This power plant shares more than 50% of its components with our street version, and recently became the first diesel engine in more than 60 years to compete at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the United States. It is also the first diesel engine to ever win at that track. This engine's winning combination of fuel economy and great performance is a direct extension of the philosophy behind Skyactiv technology. Now, our global success with Skyactiv and Kodo is largely responsible for the dramatic turnaround in Mazda's financial results. In the fiscal year ending in March 2013, Mazda's operating profit improved by almost 93 billion yen from the previous year. And while you will be aware of significant shifts in the exchange rates recently, the profit impact from operating improvements was 4 times greater than the impact of favorable exchange. In the April to June quarter of this year, Mazda continued its upward trend in terms of profits, posting the best fiscal first quarter since 2004. Mazda's share price has quadrupled in the past year in yen terms, and analysts continue to see further upward potential in our earnings. So from our unique technology to improving sales figures in Europe, Mazda stands apart from the crowd. We've achieved some great results, particularly if you think of us as a small automotive manufacturer from Hiroshima, Japan. I have a question for you. Are you surprised by these results? Well, I hope not, and you shouldn't be, because Mazda people the world over challenge conventional wisdom every single day to make things better. In fact, we actively celebrate challengers. For example, for the past 2 seasons in Serie A football in Italy, we have sponsored not the red card, not the yellow card, but the Mazda purple card, which rewards fair play on the soccer pitch. And taking celebration of challengers to an entirely new level, we announced a partnership last week in Warsaw with the recipients of the Nobel Peace Prize to support positive change in our world. Now, with the launch of Mazda 3, we're going to be celebrating challengers in our advertising as well. We looked for people who changed things for the better by doing them completely differently. For people who put conventional thinking aside and followed through on their vision. People like Dick Fosbury, the revolutionary high jumper whose Fosbury flop changed that sport forever. And John Shuttleworth, who started building boats in a way that nobody had tried before. Lighter and stronger, more environmentally friendly, more economical, and great looking on top. Now these 2 gentlemen, among many others, perfectly embody the challenger attitude that we value so much. And of course, right here on our stand today is our latest example of Mazda's challenger spirit. Now the first thing about the new Mazda 3 that meets the eye is, of course, its looks. And these shapes have a purpose too. Whether in sedan or in hatchback version, Mazda 3 has some of the lowest drag coefficients in its class. Underneath the hood, you'll find our convention-defying SkyActiv technology, which uses extreme compression ratios to deliver a unique blend of efficiency and output. The award-winning SkyActiv D clean diesel I mentioned previously is exceptionally lightweight thanks to unusually low compression, and it delivers satisfying pull from 0 all the way to the red line. SkyActiv G engines, meanwhile, we've bucked the prevailing trend toward downsizing and turbocharging. Instead, we've opted to use ultra-high compression while maintaining displacement. The SkyActiv body, you see, features a structure that is lighter and yet stiffer than its predecessors, and that boosts both performance and crash safety. And besides the passive safety benefits, the new Mazda 3 has the full iActiv Sense range of cutting-edge pre-crash safety technology that we launched on the Mazda 6. The focus: help drivers avoid accidents, intervening in vehicle operations only if a collision is imminent. Inside the cabin is an all-new information and entertainment system operated via a newly designed human-machine interface, which is logical to operate and simple. The 2 new items debuting on the Mazda 3 are the active driving display, one of the first heads-up displays available in this segment, and our 2nd generation rotary commander on the center console. It enables straightforward operation of the car's infotainment functions, so drivers spend more time with their eyes on the road. And speaking of infotainment, we're launching MZD Connect on the new Mazda 3. It's our brand new connectivity concept, and again, it's one of the first available in the C segment. Besides bringing Facebook and Twitter feeds into the car, this system opens up a world of free mobile online content, and it's as safe to use in operation as the car radio. Now, the Mazda 3 is our best-selling model of all time. In the past 10 years, the first 2 generations of this model have sold 3.6 million units globally. and we think this third generation Mazda 3 is the best yet. So to demonstrate and to celebrate its capabilities, we took the first 8 all-new Mazda 3 mass production units earmarked for Europe and organized a 1-month-long test drive from the factory in Hiroshima all the way here to Frankfurt, covering 15,000 kilometers and 9 time zones. We called it the Mazda Route 3, and I can't think of a more convention-defying way to prove how reliable the new Mazda 3 is. By the way, the cars arrived safely here in Frankfurt on Saturday evening, right on schedule. Some of those vehicles are here with us today, 1 here on our stand, and 3 others outside the hall. And before we finish up today, let me offer you with some impressions from the Mazda Route 3 and the all-new Mazda 3. So thank you again for joining us, everyone, and could I ask Yamanuchi-san to join me on stage for some photos, please? And now please our other board members, Sarwatari-san and Tabata-san.